All right, here we go. Tony Yayo.
VladTV.
Welcome back to VladTV.
Yes,
it's been about a decade since you were last on here.
The biggest interview on VladTV. We here, man. The unit is finally in the building, man.
Finally. It's a long time coming, man. And you and I go back.
Yeah,
we go back to like 2005 when I was doing DVDs. Actually, before VladTV.
Before VladTV. You know I love you, bro. I just was a little mad at you a little bit.
Okay, we'll talk about all that.
I got over it. I'm good.
All right, man. So this is our first real sit-down interview, I feel.
Right.
So I want to start in the very beginning.
Right.
Born and raised in Southside, Queens.
South Jamaica, Queens.
South Jamaica, Queens.
South Jamaica, yeah. Shout out to the whole South Side. Shout out to the North Side.
Yep.
Because, you know, shout them out. Shout out to the whole Queens, man. Left Rack, wherever, you know, Queensbridge, Corona. Queens is big. You know, we the biggest borough, but people don't realize that in New York City.
Right.
They think Brooklyn is the biggest borough or the Bronx, but Queens is the biggest borough.
Of course.
Definitely.
So, what was South Jamaica, Queens like in the 80s and 90s?
Well, as the 80s as a kid, I remember like block parties, fireworks. You know, everything was basically fun. You know, I mean, your next door neighbor could slap you. Like my next door neighbor was Miss Peoples. Rest in peace. Shout out to Miss Peoples. And she be in the window all day. And if you do something messed up, she go tell your parents. Like, and then I remember one time, as we got older, you know, the younger boys, my man Hakeem and Weezy, they lived there. And I could tell a story. They had a Calico when Calicos first came out. And they tried to tell it was a telescope. And she was like, get the hell out, get the fuck out of here. That ain't no telescope. And she went and told my parents was Haitian. Haitian parents are kind of stern. Like, you know, they'll whip your ass, they'll slap you. You know, island parents is different than, you know, just being in America.
Yep.
American parents.
Well, you're the youngest of 3 kids.
Yeah.
And your parents actually stayed together until you were 16.
Yeah, 16.
So you had a pretty stable home life.
Yeah, definitely it was stable. But at that point, it sounds fucked up, but like when my pops, I always loved my father. Like before he passed in 2018, he lived with me. I took care of him, so I know how it is. You know, your pops get older. He was 82, medication. So, you know, rest in peace to him. But I looked at it as an advantage because my pops used to chase me off the block when I was on 134 on God Brewer. So at this point now, my pops left. My mom's is always working because like island parents is always working. My mom's was a nurse. So all I knew was work. And my father was gone now, so I had more time to be on the block.
And that's when you started dabbling in
definitely
street activities.
Definitely.
I mean, at what point did you feel like you jumped off the porch and really got involved in the street?
I would say 15.
Okay. Right before the divorce, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. And how did that start?
I mean, everybody around my way sold drugs. Like, you know, you had, 50, which we call him Boo Boo. Like, he jumped off the porch, I would say, at 12 years old. So I was 3 years behind. He was always ahead because he was 12 years old. And I remember, like, going to the block and seeing him with the high-riser ring, little nigga, the rhinestone jacket, you know, niggas getting money to cars on the boulevard. So that's what always impressed me. And like now it's more gang culture, but before it was like more the drug dealer culture.
Right. So is that how you guys actually met, from being on the street together?
He was just like a legend in my hood. Like 50 was like everybody knew him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I live on 159. Banks lived right here. So I knew Banks my whole life, but Banks was younger than us. And then Boo Boo, we call Boo Boo 50. He was just like a legend in my hood. Like he got chased by the police. Like he was probably like, he had 1100 motorcycle, because 50 always had shit. It wasn't like he was broke. He always, you know, had the block, 20 workers. You know what I'm saying? So he had 1100. It was blue, yellow. I think it was blue, white, and another color. And so some dude caught a double homicide in Bricktown. And 50 had the same bike as him. It was 1100 Yamaha. And it was the illest police chase ever Queens ever seen. Like he's coming out, got Brewer, Old Dan. Like they got helicopters, they got dogs, rest in peace, my man Fat Shot. They got dogs running through his backyard and we hustle. Like our stories are real. Like a lot of people come on your show and like try to fabricate like niggas ain't real. And it's like, I don't glorify being real, but like I could tell you like when Black Just, and I put this in one of my songs, I got a mixtape coming out, The Loyal 2. I got the cannabis going. I got a lot of stuff. Like I said something in the line. Like I'm like, when Black Just brought Nas to the block, I was serving fiends. That shit is real.
Yeah, rest in peace, Black Just.
Yeah, rest in peace, Black Just. He was a legend, but he brought Nas to the block. And I didn't, like, New York niggas, we never really asked artists for a picture, so I don't even trip when a nigga fuck with me from a distance, because New York, different is different. You know, when we came up, if a nigga give you this in New York, you was good with that, the head bop, because New York ain't no place like New York. But that shit is real. Like, I was serving fiends when Black Just brought Nas to the block. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was outside, you know what I'm saying? 50 was outside, so it's like all real, you know what I mean? Like, nothing's not authentic. Niggas ain't snitches, ain't no paperwork out on niggas. Like, I wouldn't be around 50 if I ain't think he was a real nigga. And he's a real nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, 17 Benzes, Land Cruisers, he had the block, he had the hood. You know what I'm saying?